to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Sudha London. My licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. I'd like to start by thanking all my subscribers, my viewers, for all your kind, intelligent, mindful, respectful comments. I'd like to give a couple of shout-outs to Outcasts. He has a YouTube channel, works on the Idaho Moscow case too. He has live streams. Subscribe to him. He lets people have their own thoughts and speculations, and he's helpful in promoting all of us YouTube creators. I think he deserves the same. The second shout out is to Bianca. Bianca is a good friend of mine. One of my first subscribers, actually. She's one of us. She has a channel called Bianca. She's very creative. Bianca designed Baby Hadthe for me. I love Baby Hadthe. She's so cute. And I love you, Bianca. You know that. She's just the queen of YouTube. She's so kind, even when people are disrespectful. She's just one of a kind. Bianca's very creative. I'll just play a sample from her channel.
'Cause the people are rising, and the defense will fight. Cell phone pings that replace a man at a house with no plan and no clear hand. They twist the timeline, stitch the lie, but evidence fades when the facts run dry. They deny, seal, delay, and hide, but we still see what's been pushed aside. And terror stands with the fire in her chest, and behind her we won't rest. We see the circus, we hear the cracks. This ain't about guilt, it's about facts. We ask the questions they won't let fly. Dig through the sealed, we call out the lie. We're not fooled by the headlines might, because justice belongs in the clear daylight. The defense will fight, but not alone. We stand for truth, stone by stone. We speak for fairness, we ask what's real. Even if the courtroom don't want to feel, they've got the stage, the cameras, the light. But we've got the truth, and the defense will fight. It's about all of us. Truth isn't theirs to hide, it's ours to demand, and the defense will fight. And so will we.
This is from Bianca's channel. Bianca's very creative. So is Outcast. Subscribe to them, please. Guys, today I'd like to go back to the beginning of this case. I've always actually been in the beginning of this case, because you always end up going back to the beginning, whether it's facts, reports, rumors, speculation, because we don't know yet what is the facts or fiction. Put it this way, DM clearly told us. She told the officer that she wasn't sure what she was seeing. She was seeing blurry. She mentioned the word fuzzy. She meant the word she was dreaming. She doesn't know if she was dreaming. She drank gallons of vodka. She was drinking other shots. She was drinking beer. She could have been on drugs. So what is actually going on? Is that the witness that is supposed to be testifying that it was Koberger after she watched Vampire Diary and came out with a description that sounds like Stefan and Damon Salvador's with the bushy eyebrows? What's going on? They should have let this trial have happened. I still want to know why Brian Koberger decided to go with the plea deal. And still, almost 3 years down the line, stand by my theories. My timelines that I've always said from day one. I've noticed many people are starting to believe there could have been 2 separate incidents and 2 separate timelines. Ashlyn Couch is the 6th roommate. She was the main person on the lease of the whole contract at 1122 King Road. The news said that she left in May, but allegedly she was still written on the contract. What I find to be strange with Ashlyn is that when Emma Bailey and Demetrius OD'd the young 19-year-old boy, Caden Young, from Alpha Kappa Lambda, Ashlyn was defending Demetrius. She said, I speak to him 3 times a day, and in fact he tried to revive the boy. He's a good guy. Furthermore, Ashlyn defended Emma Bailey too. She said she speaks to her once a day. So Ashlyn speaks to Demetrius 3 times a day. But she thinks they're good people. I want to know who had the keys to the vacant room next to Bethany Funke's room. Who had the keys? Hunter spent a lot of time in that house. And so did Emily. Ethan's golf set was actually, the golf 6 was in that room. It was even said that Kaylee, DM said that Kaylee was using that room as a study room or her work room. What other activities could have been going on inside the spare room, I wonder? Who had the keys? Ashlyn Couch talks about she was supposed to come back and she got the vandals alert. So I would assume that she was still in the university. But she wasn't there that night. And she was really close to Maddie. She went with Maddie and Xana to Pi Beta, the same sorority. Did she lend the keys to someone? The reason I asked about the vacant room that would be next to this open door, there's a reason I asked. If you look straight down, it looks like there's red liquid in front of the door. I made a clip about it in the very beginning. I don't think many people watched it actually. What I'm trying to say As you can see, something red or brown stains in front of the room. Am I imagining? Or did they try to clean up? Because even in the inside of the door, let me just zoom back, you see. You can see without being even zoomed in at all. That was one of the first things that caught my attention. This is the second time when the officers come in, and they come in with the GUNS or whatever. When they come in the second time, it catches my eye. Because the floor is the first thing you look at and the walls, and it's completely red there. So who was using that room? Honestly, just in my opinion, I believe that's BLOOD. So what activities was going on in their room is my question. What was happening? Let's not forget, Bethany Funk and DM said they locked themselves up in Bethany Funk's room. So I'm sure they were busy downstairs because the front door was wide open. That looks like BLOOD. That's just my opinion. And the cops asked for the room key, and they said they don't have it. Nonsense. So Ashton Couch, enlighten us with your knowledge. Who had the keys to this room? Who was renting the 6th room? Was it stored for rugs? Was this where they unalived them? Was this where they brought them back? May God rest their souls. I don't like asking these questions, but we have to ask them to find out exactly what happened. What is this thing on the table? I wonder if they hid something under the carpet. Looks like there's something black. Is that a light or is that a camera? They can put a small camera where the bulb is, on the corner of it. Because if you remember what the OP said, let me remind y'all what the 4chan OP was about. But then 4chan said not that OP. They were trying to say that this picture was taken at 3:09 on the 13th of November, that morning. And they said it was right before the unalivings.
This was what Sigma Chi was saying. Allegedly. These are the rumors and speculations. So it was the 4chan photo, posted on November 13th, anonymously, of course. And that looks like Kaylee. So I was wondering, the lighter showed you all, or just say if there's a camera inside the light, or if it's a camera, whatever it was on top of the steps, could that have been the camera that was recording Kaylee? From what I was gathering from reading through some of the archived posts of 4chan, which holy headache, the place is a mess. It sounds like the OP of the photos on 4chan was posting a bunch of nonsensical things around the time of the unalivings, or just before. Another user on there called them illiterate for their babbling. The OP, 4chan, not this OP, then posted the dark photo at 3:09. Pay attention to that. 3:09 is when they posted the dark photo of the woman with blonde hair that looked like Kaylee. May she rest in peace. And the title is illiterate in the photo, which you can see in the links above. Then they posted a minute later of the one with the woman at 3:10, and it said first step. The photos or original posts, though I can't see it, allegedly were with coordinates or metadata with coordinates that were right next to the house or near it. So the users there were wondering if it was being posted in real time. Unknown, but they're theorizing that the photos were actually from outside on a roof and looking in. And then it appeared that the police were then investigating the eye line through the window of the third floor shortly after the post of 4chan. That is interesting. I spoke about this a couple of times in my channel before. This OP is not the 4chan OP, according to 4chan, says that they took this picture, a dark picture, at 3:09 and they posted it. This is all alleged, and it's all the Sigma Chi fraternity boys. They posted that picture and then they said, first step. Doesn't that remind you of when Ryan from the Sigma Chi, Jack Katovich's friend, posted those dark pictures, and then he wrote the one with the K-bar and the armor he has on. In that poster, he put hashtag Sigma Chi, rule number 1, take the biggest threat in the room first. And that reminds me of that same creepy post once again. They say first step. The first step was at 3:09. They posted the dark picture, and a minute later, they posted another picture of a woman. So it wouldn't be far-fetched that I keep on having this vision in my head from day one, and I'm the only one who speaks about it actually, that there had to be cameras planted inside this house and outside this house. It was like the Truman Show. They were on candid cameras without even knowing they were on cameras. And it wouldn't be far-fetched, because if the surviving roommates' statements don't make sense, they would be part of who's working against the 4 victims, in my opinion. Haven't you all noticed DM never mentions Maddie at all? She talks only about Kaylee. Kaylee was running up the steps with the dog. She doesn't say with her dog. Her choice of words are very interesting. Very interesting. She doesn't mention Maddie at all. So DM, where was Maddie? In fact, I find BF's statements to be more interesting. She said that Maddie came, knocking at her door around 2-something, asking her if she saw Murphy, the dog. Was these girls watching Vampire Diaries? And I believe half of the things on Linda Lane, not half of the things, but things that people have been trying to figure out if it's from the Vampire Diaries or if it's people actually talking on Linda Lane. I don't know what is going on there, but most of the names are here, like Damon and Jeremy. They all are from the Vampire Diaries. So they must have had the TV on. I don't know what DM is trying to say she was doing that night, but why isn't she mentioning when Zana and Ethan got home? Were they unalived outside? Because the figure running outside is clearly taking pictures of 2 people on the floor. Could that be Zana and Ethan? Just asking. Something is not right with the scene, the crime scene. Did they clean it? How come everyone knew about these crimes before 10 a.m.? The police are the last to know. Connor was the second last to know. She wasn't allowed at the crime scene until 5 to 5:30. What was actually going on? All the people who were at the crime scene when the police came, including Jack D, should be questioned more. It was really odd and strange. Hunter Johnson, said that he left the knife on the table, but it wasn't there to begin with. Then all of a sudden it just appears. Everyone knew about these crimes before 10 a.m. in the morning. They were on Snapchat, Instagram, everything, telling each other about these crimes. Some were speculating it was an OD. Some were speculating that they got a bad batch of rugs. There was a lot of rumors going on. The mayor saying it was a crime of passion. Let's see what Kaylee's friend was saying. Because she found this house at 10 a.m. And this is Jordan, the friend Kaylee was going to move with to Austin.
And we're like, okay, it's an accident. Let's not panic, you know. And I remember texting Kaylee. See if she was okay. She obviously didn't ever respond because it was in the morning. See if she was okay. She obviously didn't ever respond because it was in the morning.
You heard Jordan clearly. She said, I thought let's not panic. I thought it could have been an accident. What was an accident? She said, then I called Kaylee. It was ringing, ringing, ringing. She did not pick up. And then she was crying. And then she said it was 10 in the morning. 10 in the morning. So how did all these people, Hunter Johnson, Emily, Jordan, Everwood, everyone knew about the unaliving, still they decided to call the cops at 11:58.